So the first quarter of the Eagles season is over, and despite being 2-2, I feel pretty good about where this team is going. There's been a lot of things to be very excited about. That said, there are some things to be worried about and some things we gotta fix. Let's talk about it.
Kick the red, double move on the red.
King Ding back here, and I hope everybody's having a great Wednesday, a mother hump day. Hopefully it'll be quick and we'll get to the weekend as fast as possible because I need some football. Look, we play the Jets this week. I'll have my preview prediction video out within the next day or two. I can tell you this right off the bat. As long as the Eagles show up, they should win. We'll get more into it in detail later, but they should win this game. Okay, and before I start this video, there's a couple shout outs I have to make. First one is to Liam. Liam is a college kid. He does a weekly article on the Eagles games and stuff like that on his Twitter at Philly Ball Hall. And I'll put the link in the description. He writes a weekly article talking about the game and the Eagles. It's pretty interesting stuff for a college kid. Pretty good. I'm going to put the link in the description. You can check him out yourself. On Twitter, the other guy I have to give a shout out to is Brodes, Sports Talk with Brodes, my man. I just want to thank him for having me on his podcast. I guess it came out last night, and it was fun. It was great. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, we talked about the Eagles, the DBs, the running backs. Definitely check it out. I'll put the link in the description for that too. Shout out to him. Shout out to Lime. I appreciate everything you guys do. In this video today, I wanted to kind of take a look at the season as a whole. We have the first quarter has just passed us. I wanted to kind of look back, talk about what I thought about it, talk about what I think about the second quarter of the season that is getting ready, give you some of the things I think is going good, some of the things that I'm concerned about, some of the things I think we need to do. Because usually when you look at the schedule, you try to break it up in quarters. That's what I usually do. So the first 4 games we had, I thought the Eagles should be 3-1, 4-0. Okay, so we beat Washington, we lose to Atlanta, and we should never have lost that Atlanta game. That Atlanta game is a bad loss in my opinion. That was one we should never have lost, especially when we got the lead on that 4th and 3. Julio Jones goes to score. Then you had Nelson, who drops the ball. That was a game-winning touchdown, most likely. And I think we should have won that game. That was a bad loss. And then the Detroit Lions game was a bad loss. Now, I think overall as a team in the Detroit game, we just played bad. First half of the Atlanta game, we played bad. But I thought we came on in the second half, but the defense didn't. And we've dropped those 2 games. Then we go in and we beat Green Bay. And that was a humongous statement win, in my opinion, about what this team is and how good that they can be. So yes, we're 2-2, and I think we should be 3-1, 4-0. I mean, 2 catches away from 4-0. If you want to say 3-1, I could buy that. But we're 2-2. But the thing is to go in and beat Green Bay the way they did on Thursday night. I think that is one of those big momentum boosts. One of the guys that I think has played really well so far this season is Carson Wentz. The North Dakota assassin, in my opinion, has been fantastic, and he could have won the Detroit game and the Atlanta game if guys around him made some plays. 8 drops in Detroit game, the Nelson Aguilar drop. I think overall Carson Wentz has been fantastic. I think he's been fantastic, except for a couple things. I'll say the first half of the Atlanta game, he was not good. I thought the last week he missed the Alshon Jeffrey pass. Maybe could have run out the clock, but that didn't hurt us. Besides that, I think Carson Wentz has been tremendous, and it's good to see him look more like his 2017 self. You can see it in just the way he moves, the way he shifts out of the pocket. He just looks like a different guy than he did last year. So hopefully he can stay healthy. I think right now Carson's on pace for 36 touchdowns and 8 interceptions, close to 4,000 yards. I expect these numbers to go up. We haven't even really got to our easy part of the schedule and some really easy teams. I think I think Carson can get between 36 and 40-something touchdowns. I really think he has it in him. He's just got to stay healthy. But I'm very impressed with Carson Wentz. I'm very impressed with the running game as a whole. When the Eagles go to it and try to use it, I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, what they did in Green Bay was fantastic. Now, they're not always going to run that much. It's going to depend on who you're playing, what the score is, situational. But Jordan Howard, Miles Sanders too, they're making a big impact on this team. They're making a big impact on this team. And when I look at that Green Bay game, it reminds me of the 2017 Eagles when we played like the Chargers or the Panthers or just in general. I think the Eagles found their identity in that Green Bay game. I really feel like that. I mean, they're going to have to be committed to the run. Like I said, they're not always going to be running most of the time. It depends on the team. Green Bay, you can run on them. You can run on them. And it's a shame Green Bay's playing Dallas because we just gave Dallas the blueprint to beat them. And with Zeke Elliott, they're probably going to have a field day running the ball. But I thought Carson's been good. I thought the running backs have been great. I'm happy with the offense for the most part. The injuries are a problem. The Alshon Jeffrey, basically 2 games. I don't know how healthy he was against Green Bay. Deshaun Jackson's still out. We're going to get more into that in a few minutes. But I'm very happy with those areas of the game. The thing that worries me or I don't like the first 4 weeks and going forward is the defense. I'm not happy with the defense. I'm not happy with the pass rush. Yes, I keep hearing the statistic. We keep getting the most pressures, but it doesn't seem to be helping. We got to land some sacks. We need more sacks. And the secondary has been awful. Now, these things are both connected. So is the pass rush not getting there and hurting secondary, or is the secondary hurting the pass rush? It's a little bit of both. But the secondary has been horrendous, in my opinion. It's been horrendous. Now, the Eagles defensively, the good thing that we do is we're very good in the red zone. We don't give up a lot of touchdowns. That's really good. And I should say, this year for Carson, he's really good on third down. I think we lead the league in third down conversions. Not bad. But we're also pretty good in the red zone offensively and defensively. And that's been a saving grace for us. That saved us in the Green Bay game. But we got to fix the secondary. We got to fix the secondary somehow. So First 4 games, I'm happy because of the team we beat last. The Green Bay Packers game was the game that I really thought most likely could be a loss. 2-2, right in the thick of it, 1 game out of first place. I think overall we're in a good position. Now, going forward, we play the Jets the next 4 games. Here's our next 4 games. Here's our second quarter of the season. You got the Jets at home. Then you're at Minnesota. Then you're at Dallas. Then you're at Buffalo. We're going to have 3 road games in a row, okay, after this Jets game. These are very important games. What is a reasonable record? I tell you what, for me right now, if we're 2-2 in the next 4 games and beat Dallas, I can live with that. I can live with it. If we lose to Dallas, that'll piss me off. But I figure we win the Jets game. Minnesota they're not playing great, but they're dangerous, especially because of their passing game. Even though Kirk Cousins is up and down, I know Minnesota's going to come out and try to throw the ball on us. And so is Dallas, and so is Buffalo. That's how you beat the Eagles. That's the book on us. You throw the ball. I mean, look at every receiver we've played. Every number 1 receiver has pretty much had a big game. You had first week, the Redskin rookies, right? They go off. Then you have Julio Jones goes off. Then you have Marvin Jones Jr. goes off. Then you have Devontae Adams goes off. We got to stop. We got to stop this bleeding. You know what I mean? We got to stop this bleeding in the secondary. And we're going into a game this week. No Darby. No Sidney Jones. Well, Sidney Jones is maybe, but really, how big of an improvement is it? No, you know what I mean? No, we're going to have 3 guys. No Maddox, no Jones possibly, and no Darby. But they weren't really that good when they were playing. They were all getting destroyed. So we got to figure something out. And this leads me to my biggest fear right now. My biggest fear in the next 4 games is his secondary. The secondary and Deshaun Jackson. Those are the things that I worry about the most. Because I feel like offensively, okay, I feel like offensively, we are very good. I feel we're very good and we can move the ball. I feel like the addition of Deshaun Jackson back in the lineup makes us an elite offense. It can make us, I think we're averaging like 27 points a game right now, something like that. Deshaun hasn't played. He played one game. We get Deshaun Jackson back, or it takes our offense to another level. Especially if we don't address the secondary, fix the secondary. The only way we're going to win games is to outscore people. We need Deshaun Jackson. So my two biggest fears right now are Deshaun Jackson's health and the secondary. Secondary first. That's my number one concern because I don't see how we're going to start stopping people. This is a real problem. This is a real issue. We have to fix it. Now, you can say, well, they're just really banged up. But they were struggling when they were healthy. They were struggling when they were healthy. So it scares me. And then this whole Deshaun Jackson, does he have sports hernia? If he has sports hernia, there was a doctor said, have surgery, you're out 6 weeks and back. I wish he would have done it. He thinks he could play through it. Okay, I trust you. But get him healthy. I wouldn't play Deshaun Jackson against the Jets. I wouldn't play him. I would make sure he's ready to go versus Dallas. Get him in Minnesota game would be fine too. But we got a tough stretch coming up. We got the Jets. We got at Minnesota, at Dallas, at Buffalo. And then we come back and we start quarter 3 of the season with the Bears. So it's not going to get easy till the end. And if we can get through these games, if we could do pretty good, we'll be set at the end of the year. But right now, we gotta man up. We gotta beat the Jets, and we gotta fix the problems in the secondary. We gotta fix the problems in the secondary, and Deshaun Jackson's gotta get healthy. That's what I'm hoping. So my pluses so far are Carson Wentz, the offense, third down. I think Doug Peterson has been good. I love the fight of the team. I like the red zone offense, red zone defense. My biggest fears: the secondary, the pass rush, and Deshaun Jackson's health. Those are the things that I worry about. I think Deshaun Jackson's health, I think will be okay. The pass rush, I think they'll get it going. Derek Barnett, I thought, played pretty good against the Packers. And then the secondary, I'm scared to death. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm scared to death because I have no faith that these guys can get anything done. And this leads me to the what do we do about it? We got to make a trade at corner. And I've been talking about this. I'm saying it. It has to happen. It has to happen. I don't care at this point who it is. I do. I mean, I want Jalen Ramsey number one, first and foremost, without question. I'll give up what I have to give up. But if they're not going to trade him, you have to go somewhere else. I would go Xavier Howard second. And then my last guy would be Chris Harris Jr. Now, I like Chris Harris Jr. He's a Pro Bowl corner. My problem, my issue is I don't want to give up another 3rd-round pick, another 4th-round pick for another 30-year-old guy. It's just like at some point we can't just keep adding these 30-year-old guys. We're already the second oldest roster in the league. So my feeling is I'd rather pay high picks for a 24-year-old or a 26-year-old in the case of Howard than a 30-year-old. But to save this season, to fix what's going on in his defense, if you have to bring Harris Jr. in, bring him in. Anything would help. But we have to figure out how to fix the secondary. And at some point, Jalen Mills comes back. At some point, Cravion LeBlanc comes back. And those guys are going to help. But I don't think they solve everything. I mean, I never remember people wishing and praying and begging for Jalen Mills to come back. We've got a problem in the secondary. It has to be addressed. I think it could only be addressed through a trade. And I think the Eagles are going to have to do something. Now, you know who I want, but they got to do something, whoever it is. They got to make upgrades, okay? And if they don't, the only way this team can win is outscore people. You need Deshaun Jackson healthy. You need these guys to stay healthy. And if we do that, we'll be in it. This team's a contender. This team's a contender for a Super Bowl. I think with Deshaun Jackson, it greatly improves their chances. Because look, Deshaun Jackson takes a good offense and makes it elite because he's so dangerous. He stretches the field. That's why I wanted him. But I need him healthy. We need him healthy. And then the secondary, they got to get it figured out. So that's kind of my thoughts on the first 4 weeks of the season, next 4 going forward. Tell me what you guys think. How do you feel about the Eagles so far, where we're going? What do you like, dislike, and what do you think we need to do to improve this team? With that said, take care, talk to you later, and don't be a dingbat.